Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk about Siemens Mini PLC which is known LOGO. LOGO is a compact programmable logic controller or PLC. It is produced in Siemens company. This device is used for automation and control for different process in industry. There are some key points regarding to Siemens Mini PLC. The first one is compact design. These devices are very small and they are ideal for application with limited space. Another point is scalability. They offer scalability allowing for expansion and customization to suit different automation needs. The third one is reliability. This device is known as a robust and reliable product, and it meets a high quality standard for industrial application. The fourth one is applications. Mini PLC LOGO are suitable for a wide range of application industries such as manufacturing, automotive and building automation, and greenhouses control. The last one, this device have industry standards such as Siemens Mini PLC are compatible with industry standard. They are compatible with other equipment and sensors and actuators. In this video, we will explain about how many types of mini PLC we have and what is the difference between them, and then we will talk about hardware wiring between the mini PLC LOGO and sensors and actuators, and how we can supply the mini PLC LOGO. And the last one, we will talk about three industrial example for wiring between mini PLC, actuator, and sensor. In this slide, I want to talk about how many types there are for mini PLC LOGO. Mini PLC LOGO consists of several different types which are related to generation of the LOGO, power supply such as the AC or DC, or which model we are using such as the standard model or long model we are using, or what type of display, LED type or LCD type. In this slide, you can see in the left hand side there is a standard model. In this standard model, this is a type of LED type, and level of the voltage you can use as a power supply. You can use 220 volt AC or you can use 24 volt DC. In this type of mini PLC LOGO, we have 8 digital input and 4 digital output. The middle one, there is a long model. In this model, we have 12 digital input and 8 digital output. This is a type of LCD type, and power supply you can use for this type of LOGO 220 volt AC or 24 volt DC. The right hand side, you can see another type of mini PLC LOGO. This is a standard model. We have 8 digital input and 4 digital output. This is a LCD type of mini PLC LOGO. The power supply is 200 to 24 volt as a DC voltage. Here we can see two types of mini PLC. Left hand side is a DC type and right hand side is AC type. Logo 24CE is a kind of DC type logo, and the power supply you can supply by 24 volt and 12 volt, and this type of mini PLC has 8 digital inputs and 4 relay outputs. And also in this type of mini PLC, input number 4 and number 3 and input number 7 and number 8 you can use as an analog input. In the right hand side you can see another type of mini PLC is an AC type, and Logo 230 CE is a kind of AC type, and power supply you can use 230 volt AC or 115 volt AC. We have 8 digital input and 4 relay output, and you can use in this type of mini PLC 400 function block, and you can connect to the Ethernet, and also you can this type of mini PLC is a type of expandable mini PLC. You can expand this type of mini PLC with external digital input and output. In this slide you can see a mini PLC. Top connection are input and bottom connection are the relay output. So in the top connection, the first connection and the second connection you should connect to the power supply. L1 you should connect to the phase, and L2 you should connect to the N or null. And there are 8 digital input and 4 digital output. And the middle display you can see is a monitor. You can monitor some sensors or some actuators, and there are one connection you can connect to the PC, and you can write a program or code inside of the PC and can transfer by a cable to the mini PLC. Here you can see some step if we want to expand our main module. In the main module, as we talked before, we have 8 digital input and 4 digital output. For example, if we want to increase the input and output, we can connect an expansion module to the main module. So the maximum digital input for this type of mini PLC, you can expand that until 24 digital inputs, and you can expand it to 16 digital output. And this type of mini PLC can support 8 analog inputs and 2 analog outputs, also by expansion module. In this slide you can see there are some steps if you want to expand the main module by expansion module. So in the left hand side and right hand side you can see there are some steps if you want to increase digital inputs or digital outputs, or if you want to increase analog inputs or analog outputs. Also, there are some limitations for digital input and digital output. The maximum is 24 DI. You can expand that, and 16 DO you can expand this type of mini PLC. There are 2 types of power supply you can connect to the mini PLC. In the left hand side you can see DC type mini PLC. In the right hand side you can see AC type mini PLC. In the left hand side, power supply to supply the mini PLC is about 24 volt DC voltage, and you can use some fuses to protect the PLC, and for over voltage you can use 0.8 ampere fuse or 2 ampere fuse. In the right hand side you can see AC type mini PLC. The power supply is AC voltage, and to protect the power supply, to protect the PLC for over voltage, you can use the varistor to protect the PLC about the over voltage and over voltage. Yeah, that's it. So here we can see how we can connect a load to two different type of mini PLC. The first one, we have a DC type mini PLC and load is DC. Load is connected to Q1 and M, and the maximum current you can take from mini PLC is about 0.3 ampere, and load is a type of DC load and is connected to Q1. Q1 is the positive voltage and M is negative voltage. In the bottom one, we have a type of mini PLC. The mini PLC has a relay output, and load is connected to the relay, one side of the relay, and another side of the relay is connected to the phase, and another side of the load is connected to null. So maximum output you can take from relay is about 10 ampere. In the AC type we have a relay output. In the DC type we have a transistor output. What is the difference between them? In the transistor output, a speed of the switching and switching frequency is higher than the relay output. Also, as we can see here, maximum output current in the transistor output is less than relay output. Also, switching frequency in the relay output is lower than the transistor output. In the transistor output, switching frequency is higher than the relay output. Example 1, we want to have an automatic drawing between the mini PLC and switch and actuator. We have three switches, one switch as a start, one switch as a stop, and one switch as an emergency stop. We want to connect to the input of mini PLC, and we have three actuator, contactor, lamp, and switch valve. As a AC switch valve, we want to connect to mini PLC logo. So here we want to have automatic drawing for wiring. Let's look at here. In this example 2, we want to explain about one industrial example. In this example, we have three switch, a start, a stop, and emergency stop. We want to connect to inputs of mini PLC, and we have two actuators. One of them is switch valve, as an AC switch valve, is connected to cylinder, and we have one relay we want to connect to mini PLC logo. And in this example, we want to control a cylinder. Here we want to explain about wiring, and here we have a automatic wiring for this example. In the last example for this presentation, we have one industrial example. There is a conveyor here. Conveyor is connected to AC motor, three-phase AC motor. We have three switch as the input, a start, a stop, and emergency stop. We want to connect to inputs of mini PLC logo, I1, I2, and I3. And we have two actuator, one of them AC relay and one of them AC contactor. We want to connect to output of the PLC, Q1 and Q2. Here there is an automatic drawing for wiring. Please pay attention in this slide. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attention. Please follow us in the next presentation. In the next presentation, we will talk about software and programming for Mini PLC logo. We will have some industrial example for Mini PLC logo. Please follow us.